Yeah.
That's a cool dog.
All right. So yeah, I think I sent you the link too, Joe.
Okay.
Let me know if we're muted or anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, y'all. It's the Kid Stranger representing Imperio Records and Imperio TV, and this is where hip hop has no borders. Tonight's episode is a special weekend because we got the Rockford art scene happening. You know what I'm saying? And tonight's guest is definitely a living legend, I want to say. I've been hearing a lot of great things. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of great things coming at you know what I'm saying, this young talented artist, you know what I'm saying? And Kelvin Candie.
I appreciate you, my guy, for having me over.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Kelvin Candie in the house, man. Talk to us, man. I mean, yo, your artwork is amazing.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
let's take it a little bit back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let the people know, you know, who you are, where you're from.
Wow. Absolutely, man. My name is Kelvin Candie, and actually, Candie is my first name, and I was born in Blantyre, Malawi.
Mm.
Yeah. And yeah, that's where it started. Grew up there. Parents, my parents was from here, so I moved here. Ended up coming here, but been in Europe for a little bit.
Okay.
Traveled a little bit. Speak a couple languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk to us about like your art. You know, when did you discover, you know, your talent?
I would say, man, like I think uh, I never thought like I was talented at all because I was raised in a family of like a lot of people that are very talented. My uncles are like reggae musicians back home.
Mm, okay.
My dad was like a music guy. My uncle used to be a DJ, and then later on in life was a photographer.
Okay.
So
A lot of talent.
yeah, so like as a kid, we would like hang out, especially with my uncle. He was the one that was like more like he was a graphic designer. That's the dude like I really admired a lot as a kid too. But yeah, he would see you like this for like 5 minutes, go home and draw you.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Portraits.
it's yeah portraits. So from there, as kids, would hang out, compete who's better at drawing. So just yeah, and they didn't even think of it as because when everybody around you is doing it, it's no longer special.
When did you find yourself like when you were like noticing that like damn, like I'm really taking this a little bit more serious?
Honestly, high school. I studied biology class. We had to draw our own things because, like, we didn't have a lot of books.
Yeah.
So the certain diagrams we had to draw on our own. So I kind of that's how I was in a boarding school. So that's how I started making pocket money, like drawing it for people and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then sometimes, let's say somebody has got a girlfriend or some ish, they want to draw like some something on there later or something. I'll do it for them just for like a quick buck. And that's when I was like, oh, and it was more for the hassle than maybe the love for it. And then I think it's always been, I would say with paintings, was my great uncle gave me this really tiny painting. It was like a curved road and trees. As a kid, you know, like you look at a painting, like you expect something to just pop out. That's when I started like really falling in love with art. Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
How like so like how do so okay so how do you view yourself today?
Me.
Yeah.
I I I think the most important to me right now, if you're like you said, describe yourself, I would say I'm human. I'm a human. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we forget about that a lot. Um, there's so many facets to who we are. Like I'm an artist, I'm a dad, I'm a brother, I'm a friend. I can be a teacher, a student. We're like diamonds with all of these facets, and sometimes we get hung up being described by one thing.
Mhm.
So, if you were to ask me today, how do I describe myself? I take pride in being a human
Mm, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like a lot of people have lost that sense of being humane and everything.
being. Absolutely.
So yeah, no, that's definitely deep. Um, how did you feel this time around for this year's Rockford Art Scene?
Personally, I think for me, it was really exciting because it was one of the few shows, one of the first shows I have curated in a long time.
Mm,
And I'm lucky to have curated the show by Peter Mera, who is a phenomenal artist, quite elusive. It's like you have to know his work
mm,
or you have to follow him like that because most of his work gets sold real quick. So to sit down and curate a show that was successful was a big thing, and we had this phenomenon is that personally she just excites me with her work. Uh, Abby Pixler. So I would definitely say this art scene has been personally exciting because a whole lot of new people, a whole lot of new work, because just seeing the same thing over and over gets old for me.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. So it's actually this time was my first year that I attend.
What did you think? I'm
Um,
curious.
Honestly, I didn't check. Like I probably didn't check. Not even.
A lot
You
of
know.
spaces.
Yeah, I
That's
I
fair.
I seen Rico Alvarado.
That's my guy.
Shout out to
Shout out to Rico.
my homie Rico. You know what I'm
Rico.
saying? Definitely check him out. Get sauced up. You know, he got the caps,
Absolutely.
tees.
Tees and that jacket. I wanted
I
that
got
jacket so much,
yeah, it's
man.
yeah, yeah. Now for his episode, he came through rocking it, and I was just like, yo, that's fine. And then he got it on the sleeve. You noticed that?
Yeah, man.
That's fine.
Absolutely. I was bugging him today. Actually, I was like, bro, when are we going to do this photo shoot, bro? Cause yeah, man, it's he's really talented and just all around um good guy. He's one person that also gets me excited about art because he's always grinding and exploring. That's one thing I like about him.
That one mannequin piece he recently did.
Dude,
That was
oh my gosh. Man, he showed me that. I was like, dude, why didn't you? He's like, man, it's sold already. But that's a
That's-
beautiful sign.
how does someone like yourself like at what point do you start getting paid for your art? Like how does that work? You know what I'm saying?
Um, for me, it's.
I mean, we don't gotta get too crazy into detail.
No. That's very fair. I would say, for me, it started off just
Because
especially
paint is expensive.
painting is expensive. I think that's one thing that's considered like just uh, material wise is the paint, the canvas, time, and there are other things like
Yeah.
things you use in the process. But I would say that I think I sold one of my first paintings, right, 8 years ago, I think. Um, but it was a small, really small piece. I think I sold. I would say, yeah, it was $30.
Mm.
I was very excited, man, and that's like that was probably one of my favorite days. And I feel like sometimes along the way, and don't get me wrong, money is very important,
Mm.
but sometimes along the way, um, I've had moments where like maybe things didn't go the way I was planning.
Yeah.
It used to annoy me, but now I'm like, man, I was happy for $30.
Mhm.
So that's in a way that's kind of like where I am. But it's good to, I would say that do it because you love it.
Yeah.
Somebody's always paying attention. Whatever art you do, somebody's bound to love it. Just patience, I think.
Yeah.
And and personally, it took me a while to sell a piece. It took me a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
It's also good because your craft gets better, right?
better, yes, yes.
So.
Every no, yeah, man. I like at first when I got a no, I'll be angry. I'll be bitter. Maybe it's time. I guess now I know better.
Would you say that there was a piece like um a piece that you had completed before your first sold piece that you feel could have been
Worth a lot.
the one to be the one to have sold first?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like there's some pieces that I personally
Mm.
that I think I should have. I shouldn't say held on to, but it's also I think part of the trade. It's part of learning. I think that's what makes me get excited about curating now, because like there's certain pieces I sold for dirt cheap. Um, but I never got bid about it because I didn't know, you know?
So okay, so now you say that you sold it for dirt cheap now. So how do you know that it was like dirt cheap now? That since
Because I say it was dirt cheap because one, I won't lie to you, I was desperate at that time. I needed
quick.
cash. I needed quick cash.
Yeah.
One and two. Um, I think I didn't understand like moving strategically or holding on to things so that I can put in maybe part of a collection, part of something bigger. I kind of looked at it everything as an individual piece, and but now like I'm grateful that that happened because it made me take a second and be like, man, I think I might have just made a mistake here, and it made me reevaluate how um, I put together collections or the intentions behind something, and not all good money is good money. Sometimes just a little bit of patience can, yeah, can actually pay off a whole lot more than in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I seen a couple of your pieces. I seen there was a Biggie Smalls piece that you did, and it looked like it's like, like two different colors, right?
Uh, oh yeah. So like I usually
Like a photograph kind of thing, or how do you describe that effect? Like,
oh, I think okay. I would describe it as it's influenced by a lot by pop art because of the bright colors.
okay.
But I also kind of study. I kind of just did my own research on different paints have got different weights.
Mhm.
So all my pieces kind of have got like a 3D effect. Not kind of they have a 3D effect. So when you wear the glasses, they jump off the thing. So that's kind of like that's the part I love about it, like the research, the process, the trial and error. Like, ooh, maybe this works, and then the frustration, and then sometimes it's like a happy accident, and then you're like, oh wow, this actually works, and like I that excites me, and then you see people when you show them, and then they see that process. But I would say mainly it's like pop art and just a lot of research. Yeah, I think that's what I do a lot of, more just understanding what's going on around the world. Yeah, a book here, a book there. You know, I like to study. Um, I do like to study other artists. I enjoy artistry, uh, the process, the way people think, um, the idea of taking something from the ether or in the mind and putting it into reality. I think that's um, like my mom said this, like an artist has got God's gift, because those are the only, like we all have it, even engineers or whatever, but an artist, like the idea to create something that other people look at it and it exists in reality in a sense. So yeah, I think that's exciting.
What's so like when you were mentioning like a collection, right? It kind of made me think of like from an artist perspective what an album would be for an artist,
Yes, yes.
right? And then like just like a single canvas would be like a single,
Yes.
right?
Like a single, yeah.
So walk us through like how far have you seen your art, and walk us through like the feeling that you witnessing that.
Oh, I was telling you one of my, I think this happened recently. There's this Malawian artist, Grammy nominated artist. um, yeah, he really liked my work, and my brother was traveling. They ended up bumping into each other,
Yeah.
and um, we ended up gifting him one of like I do like some limited runs of design jackets. Just very, I think we only made like 15 of these jackets, and it was a collaboration with Brian Hacker. Big up. It's like this. It was inspired by the story of Yasuke, this black guy that ended up in Japan back in the day, in samurai days type of thing. And we did this jacket, and this dude wore it at the biggest concert he did of the year, like a New Year's thing, more than probably I don't know how many thousands of people and stuff, and that felt good.
Yeah.
I will not lie to you, man. To see, and I didn't know it was my childhood friends that hit me out like, bro, did you even see this? And I'm like, why is my phone blowing out? That was beautiful, man. That was like, I can say.
Oh, that picture framed.
One of these days, man, I definitely will. That it was very humbling too.
Or painting me.
Oh yeah, no,
picture.
Man, actually, that guy, big up Tigrid. We talked about it. Like we're we're friendly, fun conversations and shit. And he is going to, hopefully everything aligns the way we are planning it to. I'll be doing a painting of him, so he'll be in the next collection that I'm currently working on.
So, talk to us about like a collection. Like, how does a collection come about? Like, for an artist, like it'll take us like I mean, it could take us like a year to put together a full album. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely,
for you, like, how long would it take you to, or not even putting a time frame, but like, how long does something like that take? Like a collection. Like how does that come about?
Usually, most of my work comes from like a philosophical standpoint. So usually I have an idea, like maybe a thought that whether it's a breakthrough or just whether I was reading a book or an idea that has just stuck. So I use that as the foundation. I say, okay, this is for example, I want to do a collection that talks about hope, right? I ask myself why is there a need for hope? So I start looking at certain subjects that um, that where hope is needed or where hope was impactful or where hope changed things and things like that. And then even from conversations, especially with friends and stuff, because real life situations really inspire me a lot. So from there, I will have like the idea itself, and usually ideas evolve. They take a life of its own and stuff like that. So I might have started from here with this idea. Even if it evolves, I still keep that idea. And then I work on this idea. And then if it evolves or inspires something, and then from there I go to this and then that. By the time I get to the 10th version, I've got 10 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And then have you ever like found yourself at a because I'm thinking like writer's block, right?
Dude, I think she can testify to that. But creative blocks, man, I just came out of one.
What's that like? You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh man, I almost quit, bro, last year.
yeah.
I yeah.
You know what's crazy? And before you tell us, right? I have shout out to my homie Lucci Bang Bang that's featured on my latest single Johnny Bravo. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Shameless plug. You know what I'm saying? But he actually also had mentioned to me that he was on the at the point where he was about to quit himself. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess me and him kind of like clicked and or we met and then we clicked and then boom and then we got Johnny Bravo out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you,
Congratulations, that's what's up.
Yeah, and now that you're mentioning it now, so all right, so you know, walk us through like how does that
Oh man, I think
the creative block? You know what I'm saying?
I think sometimes when we overthink things, we can lead ourselves, we spiral out. Or sometimes um, sometimes we can get to a point where we're not just chasing the creative bug. Sometimes we put expectations. People's expectations. Usually, that's what hurts a lot of people because
Like trying to please others, you're saying?
um, like sometimes you can work on something and you can be sort of people know you for something,
Okay.
you know, where you get comfortable in that space,
Okay.
you know. Um, the problem with that is that even though you're comfortable in that space, yeah, you might be moving a lot, or you might be moving a lot of things, but there's always a part of that part that feels empty because humans we always have the need to explore, and also I think like we are social creatures, so we always need other people.
Yeah.
So I think my problem personally is that sometimes when I get into shit, I seclude myself, I isolate. But now I understand that it's always like every time I'm around other artists, my brain is like on fire. It's like it's like firing on all cylinders, and it's kind of like first I'll say like I understood that we all need people, humans we need humans, but being in it honestly sucks because I don't know why, man. I would have great ideas, but my hand just was off, and things were not exciting. And that pressure of wanting, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing to want to be great. I feel like personally, I want to be great. I do not care like how other people see me. Life is a personal journey for me. I want to do, yeah, I want to do this thing the best way I can, and I want to be the greatest version of myself. So I really want to be great. That's why the research, the studying, because you can only get better if you study. And being in that place and not being able to create, I'm not lying to you, I got scared, bro. Because that's the one thing I truly love. And that's the one thing like I'm like I say some people love crack. I love this shit. So
What's Kelvin Candie doing during this creative block
oh
to kind of, you know what I mean, to kind of feed that, itch type of thing.
I'll say usually I freak out a little bit
Mm.
because it's like I'm in this space where I'm not sure where I'm at,
Mm.
but I'm very grateful that I there are a lot of things that excite me. So usually, if the painting side is really going rough, I start doing more photography, and then
Oh,
just a little that little change of scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also adopted this thing of even if I fail or shit is going bad, um, you know that inner voice that says bad shit to you.
Mm.
I say the opposite. Like, oh man, you fucked up. I'm like, nah, bro, you the shit right now. It just bad things happened in a good day. It doesn't mean the whole day was bad. It was just a bad moment in a good day. So that's kind of like that's been my perspective, right?
Wow. I get that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because then there'd be like just this one moment right now, and then the rest of the the 10 hours that you'll be awake, that's it. Is over.
It's over. Yeah, but like to back to your question, I was scared, bro.
You know.
I was scared. I didn't know. Um, honestly, what to do. I talked to my girl. I was like, I think I'm done with this, and she kind of cussed me out. Yeah, she was. She was. What did you say? You love it. Yeah, she was like, you love it. What are you going to do? I'm not going to sit around with you being miserable. At least when you do your work, somebody can deal with you out there, you know? Yeah, but it was also very humbling.
Yeah.
Because it's it was one of those moments where I was like, man, nobody has this shit figured out, you know?
And then what was the that point where you know what I'm saying, like you came out of that creative block?
Like I just sort of um, I reevaluated why 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 I do what I do. Um, why do I wake up 4 a.m. to paint when the world is quiet, or wait till everybody goes to sleep to write or things like that? It's because um, it's like the understanding that um, my love for this is uniquely my love. It's a choice that I love it,
Yeah.
and um, as long as I keep doing things that feed my soul, I'll be happy. And I stopped caring about like accolades because initially we do not create because we want an award. We do not create because we want people to applaud or things like that. We create because like the soul hungers for it. It's like like when you have an idea that even when you go to sleep, it's just there. It's like screaming at you to the point where you can actually hear like a voice in your head, like that's the universe talking. It's that, and I hope a lot of people experience it because I think that's one of the most beautiful moments as a creative when you can have, I call it listening to the universe, where things are just coming in, you don't know where from, but everything is like amazing to you. That excitement, I think that's why I do.
That's gonna take me to my next. Sponsored by Los Munchies, Spicy Candy.
Yes,
Bomb
sir.
Candy. Definitely check them out on IG, Facebook,
everywhere, TikTok, and on your mama's TV. There we go.
Check those out. Let me know what you think.
Oh, that is very surprising.
Oh yeah.
You ain't having none of this. Okay. I'm gonna just visit this one real quick. I'm gonna do my count.
And this is the Sour Patch. What you got? Skittles, I think. They got peach rings. Well, made to order. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think we got some in the.
Oh, can I have like a couple more here?
I think we got some for sure right there.
Oh, I'm buying this. Yeah.
In the merch.
You
In
got
the merch store.
You got cash out?
Yeah, I think we got that. We'll hook you up. Okay.
Thank you, man.
That's one of the sponsors.
Look, this tastes different like what I had earlier. I like that. Thank you. But, oh, sorry. I like food, so.
Alright. Yo, I think honestly, and shout out to Chris Jeeber's artwork. Shout out to every
artist
that is out there that attended the Rockford art scene. I'm new myself to being one of the attendees. I got to see some dope art.
And I'd like to thank you, man, for taking the time to just come out, check out other people's work, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and I've been mentioning this to a lot of my peers that I've been very fortunate that everyone that I've been meeting has been inspiring in a way. You know what I'm saying? For me,
That's
in the sense where like I'm kind of anticipating what's gonna come out of me next.
Iron sharpens iron, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I can't. I need to be up to par to the talent that I've been very fortunate to meet so far. You know what I'm saying? You being one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely commend you and everyone that's been part of that. I've only been out here like a year and a half. I want to say,
dude, and I am so happy you're out here and just seeing your work and what you're doing, adding to the community. And these conversations, like human moments, are very important, man. And this is very dope. I'm very honored to be here, to be honest, brother.
Oh man, thank you, man.
And likewise, dude, I see your work. Like, I see your grind. And it's very, very exciting. Like for me personally, as a person that likes to grind and hustle, it's exciting to see. Yeah, man. I'll be sitting there like scrolling. I'm like, man, I need to get to work because everybody moving, like and that's like I feed off that, like it gets me excited. I'm like, wow, homie did this, and man, Man, like I said there, congratulations on the new single, bro.
Thank you,
And
man.
it's I enjoyed myself, man.
Yeah.
I got you fed me, man. What more can I say? I'm having a great time.
Definitely, man.
Yeah,
Also, shout out to Angel Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying?
my guy.
Yeah, with the
Oh
Monster
shoot!
Cans.
Like you see, I'm actually funny. I'm wearing one of his tees.
Yeah, man. He just released, right? He got some.
Some heat coming. Man.
Yeah.
And that's also an artist people should look out for.
Uh,
Yeah, man. And I forgot to give a shout out to one person.
yeah.
I had a high school kid.
Yeah.
It was his first art scene show.
Okay.
Kamari Duo, Cam Duo. Man, this kid is good. It's like when you see somebody like an art like a talent rough and it's still exciting.
Mm.
He is that kid, man. Yeah. It's I think it's good. Great things coming along, man.
And
Yeah, so I needed to at least give him that one, man. The first art show is important, and he came through,
yeah.
and people were excited about it. So he made me look good. So I can't complain. That's
So, man.
absolutely.
Yeah, we also got another Boston Buzz. Shout out to the homies from Boston Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, good trees, good trees, and good trees.
Kelvin, for sure. Oh yeah, man. Yo,
Absolutely.
shout out to Joe Hassib. The Chronicles of Joe Hassib. Yo, what up,
Chronicles. What's going on, man?
All
Joe?
right.
Word.
Boom.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, but can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, man.
Yes, because I enjoy talking. I just enjoy talking to people, and um, I wanted to ask you this: when was the time like you were like, yeah, this is my thing. Like I like doing not my thing per se, like music wise.
Music, like recording myself.
Yeah, like
writing?
when you were recording yourself and then you sat down, like that feeling, that high when you heard yourself, like you're like, yeah.
Oh man, I must have been. Shout out to my homie Brian, he's the first one that I started, where I first recorded my voice. Let me see, Brian. Must have been like maybe freshman year in high school,
That's what's up.
and he lived not too far from where I live, in Brooklyn, East Third and F, and he lived on Church, which those that know, but that's not far away at all. You know what I'm saying? You could walk that. You know what I'm saying? And he had like hand me down pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had like a piece, I don't know, like an amplifier from one brand, and then he had, I don't know, like a beat up computer that his uncle ain't want no more, that was about to throw away. He just said like, yo, let me see what I can do with it, type of thing. And then he had the microphone from like the 99-cent store. You know what I'm saying? Like something like super basic, and I remember at that time, he had a homie that somehow, some way, there was the talks that Shady Records was kind of looking into him, Interscope, I don't know, something like that, right? That was kind of at least what I was kind of overhearing, me being around that type. You know what I'm saying? And so I would go and I would chill, but I had already gotten into poetry.
Yeah.
So then when I would go chill at his crib, and then his homie would be there or whatever, and then I would just be doing like my thing. But and then it got to a point where I'd be like, yo, like, can you record me? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? And then the time when it was like, all right, bet, like, let's see what you got. And then from there, when I heard myself, then I was just like, oh shit, I like this. You know what I'm
like,
saying?
this is actually possible.
You
This
know
is
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
And because I mean, I studied like all of the greats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I studied more like song structure, like the way
Okay.
they would piece the song together, the
Yeah.
different rhythms. You know what I'm saying? So you would hear like a catchy part, so then I would kind of think like, okay, that has to be the chorus. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And then you got the verse. So I learned how to count bars. You know what I'm saying? So then. I'd be like, okay, so this has to be like an 8-bar verse or a 16-bar verse. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
then the chorus comes back on, so there has to be like a 4-bar hook or an 8-bar chorus. Or, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
then I
that
started to
helps.
learn song structure.
yeah.
From there, from that time that he recorded me, it must have been, I want to say, like freshman year in high school, if not sophomore, but probably early sophomore, if that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So whatever that is, I'm probably like at that point 14, 15 maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Then from there, I kind of just, I was just like, oh, yeah. And since I had already gotten into writing poetry, I was already writing anyway. So I got into a liking to write before, I guess, rapping.
Rapping.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So who was the last artist that you listened to? That's not you.
Um, hmm, that's not me.
Mm-hmm. Like something that you just vibe to. You're like, oh shit.
Um, damn. It's definitely someone of more of the newer generation.
Yeah.
Which I kind of found it different because the sound that I like
Yeah.
is different from the sound that's out now. But this artist that I heard, I was just like, oh, like, this sounds like something that I could hear myself on.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I can't remember the damn artist right now, and I don't even mean to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like damn, like yeah, no, because I remember I called myself when I was just like, oh, this sounds like something that I would,
I would work on.
rock out to. You know what I'm saying? I know Angel IV from Beloit, Wisconsin.
Okay. I'll look
You
him
know what I'm
up. Yeah.
saying? Shout out to Angel IV. He, well, I mean, the most recent one because that's the most recent verse that I've written so far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he has a record out. He posted a clip because he filmed the music video for it.
Oh, that's what's up.
I heard the record and I was like, oh, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then I was listening to it and then I was just like, yo, let me get on the
Let me jump on this.
jump on that real quick. But I kind of just started like not even really expecting him to send it. Boom, he sends it.
That's what's up.
What? Bro, there was only I didn't want to. I mean, you know what I'm saying, the way the whole thing came about, I didn't want to take anything away from the record itself, but I wanted to just kind of show him like, yo, like your record inspired me to write something dope, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, it kind of goes well with your record, and he liked it, I guess. I think.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I like it personally.
Oh, absolutely. I wanna put out stuff that
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like.
And I'm actually, funny thing is that I'm actually shouting out Chris Jeebus on the very last bar of that verse.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, and it's only an 8-bar verse. So
No, that's awesome. Yeah. So I know you're a hip hop artist, but which other genres are you listening to? If you don't mind me asking.
I like a lot of soul, like R&B soul.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I think it's called like neo soul. I think
yeah. Neo soul, yeah. Like, is it Kamal?
like very soothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing rap related. Funny thing,
Yeah,
nothing hardcore type shit. And it's not because like I mean there's a time and place for everything.
oh,
Realistically, you
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? But when I like to listen to music, I like for it to take me
To a different place.
mhm, and like sounds that I enjoy. You know, that kind of take me into that space would be like that type of genres.
Okay, I have a couple artists. I want neo soul. It's
Yeah.
probably a sound you haven't heard at all, but I
Mhm.
think you might enjoy it. It's um, this artist. His name is Lorna. He has this album called Homeless.
Mhm.
His voice is not supposed to work, but it works. It kind of reminds me of Mercy Gray. First time I heard her sing,
Okay.
because it's like I can't say it's hoarse.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just it works.
Yeah.
It works, and it's I would say he's like an Afrobeats guy. But that album I think so far personally
Mm.
has been my favorite this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's something I'm painting onto a lot lately. Yeah,
Mm.
and he's kind of he's a very deep dude. Like don't quote me on this, but the title "Homeless" is because I think he got kicked out of his house because he wanted to pursue music.
Mm.
So most of this album uh, was was done when he was couch surfing, sleeping on the streets and stuff, and whatever to get it done. And um, it's just a beautiful body of art, man.
Those life experiences
Yeah,
inspire that album.
absolutely, and it just got all together like sonically, like the sound, everything,
Yeah.
song after song. It's just cohesive, like well
Mm.
done. So I would say that's one guy that like I kind of came across him by accident. I was just searching for music to paint to, and then I was like, wow, who is this guy?
Yeah, yeah. I like when that happens.
Yeah, it's
It becomes like a new hidden gem. You know what I'm saying? You start to dig a little bit further, like to their history, to their old projects, and then pick up on a lot
absolutely,
of.
absolutely, man. And that's the part that I like the exploration, and um, it's kind of cool to share music with them. I have a lot of like what do you call it, um, group text where we just share music. It's just no conversations. It's just yo, I heard this song, boom. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, like we just and occasionally like we'll get together and just we'll compile the music. Or like if it's at my crib, I'll just compile the music and just play it while we kick it and stuff. And yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, man. It's I can't paint without music. It's and usually like sometimes it actually there's one thing I do too. Like if I want to set an emotion,
Mm.
if I'm painting like a sad thing, sometimes I'll play some Adele. Just
Okay.
never mind, I'll find something like that.
Uh-huh.
Don't call me that I can't sing, but
I get you.
but I just like those emotional songs can get me to that emotional state.
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, so usually I use a lot of music to take me to those places.
what has been the most complex piece of work that you've put together, but has been like the most um, like highest value, or I guess what it was sold for or whatever.
Well, I haven't sold it yet, but it's my kid. Um, but lately, I think I'll say this. The piece that I did, the Kendrick Lamar piece, um, and it was for a show, so I started working on it.
Is that the black and white, the
I
colors you used?
yeah, I use it's like there's a lot of blacks, yellows, reds, and blues, but it's him sort of Kendrick Lamar in like a gold and blue armor like that with like a
I'm not sure.
ponytail.
I'm not sure. Actually.
I'll show you after this. Oh, Len, can you go on my social media? Go to the Kendrick piece.
Where can the people catch you? You know what I'm saying? Your social media, just plug those in.
Absolutely. You can catch me on Instagram, Kelvin Candie the second with two ones, and Kelvin Candie on Facebook. Threads as well. I used to be on Snapchat, but I'm gonna get back on that. But at the moment, it's mostly Instagram and Facebook. If you have any inquiries, just hit me up.
Yo, does it make me old school if I just stick to Facebook and IG? Like
No,
I don't got Snapchat, Twitter,
nah,
fucking
dude, I don't think
X,
so.
whatever it's called these days.
I think we put too much. Let's,
Oh yeah, I see this.
yeah.
And there's okay. So hold on, is this part of a collection?
Yes.
Because I seen others that have kind of the same colors too.
Yes.
Okay.
So that collection is called Iconia Pop.
Okay.
I call it the collection is called Iconia Pop because it's not just like a pop icons. Because hip hop right now is so big, it's popular music. It's like the biggest genre in the world. It's literally pop music.
Yeah.
So with that understanding,
It's hip hop.
it's hip hop. So with that understanding, it's this collection is sort of like it's a social commentary on, um, for example, somebody